this next story I think is interesting. Is and you were telling me something right before we started recording. Why don't you just reiterate what you said, and then we'll talk about Walmart's bet on advertising.
Well, so I'm guessing that you're talking about the fact that I love it when big corporations, Walmart's, Amazon's, whatever, when because you know these companies make billions and billions and billions. It won't be far in the future when we're talking about they're making trillions and trillions, not billions and billions. And I
Yeah,
love it when a
because
company that makes that kind of money goes,
right,
"Oh, holy crap, we're missing out. We're missing
right,
out on a trick or a way to make extra money or whatever it is." And that's
totally.
essentially what this story is.
And in the past we have discussed Mark Lord, the guy who had head up the
Mhm.
initiative to push Walmart. And one thing is when I notice an industry is flourishing, one thing I notice is kind of scammy nature. I think that's popped up. So one thing that popped up on my relentless, um, it's like, oh hey, learn how to make money selling on Walmart.com. Because for the last 10 years,
Right.
it's like learn how to be a billionaire selling on Amazon.
Right.
And Walmart is talking about how it's making a push. It's going to be pushing into having more native ads on their site, just like Amazon.
Well, here's the super which I there's only two ways. Walmart is essentially a middleman, right? Classic middleman. They don't make anything, they just sell it, right? They're a classic middleman. They buy it, they put it in their stores or put it online, they sell it to you, the consumer. And being a classic
Middleman is a great film with Luke Wilson. But can you?
middleman only have one of two ways to make money. That's either the consumer by you paying more for a product or from the companies that they buy these products from. The beautiful thing about this, like Amazon, like other companies, is they're turning around and really sticking it to their suppliers because they're essentially going to every single one of them. And Amazon is notorious for doing this. They're basically going back to every seller maker of, let's just say, makeup and going, hey, you want to be the makeup that pops up first? Give us money. You want to be the makeup that costs second? Give us money. You know
Right.
what I mean? And I think what led to this, at least the article that I read about this, is what led to this is Walmart woke up and said, wait a minute. In 2020, Amazon, in just this type of promotional income, right? Not of any products they don't already sell, not of just from the people that give them products to sell, they made $5 billion, made up 6% of their income last year. Now, Walmart, that has kind of dabbled in it, it made up less than 1% of their income last year
Right.
and was nowhere near $1 billion at all.
So here's what's interesting. We often say on this program, nothing new under the sun. There ain't nothing new.
Right.
Oh yeah. This is not a new concept. A lot of people are gonna be like, "Well, it's Walmart's, grocery stores, HEBs, Kroger's, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They charge slotting fees. Okay,
Absolutely.
they charge. What are slotting fees? Slotting fees are simple concept. Do you want your sugary cereal that's going to wreck a kid's teeth and give them childhood diabetes?
Mm-hmm.
Want that to be at their eye level?
Yep.
Pay for that. That is
Yep.
premium real estate. But it's what's interesting is that Walmart, I think, is probably due to Dos Equis is going, we're going to have to make a more push in digital sales. And you know what's interesting? I went to this store called Target recently. Familiar?
I say out of Target. That is a different level for me.
You
I
can
no.
take the boy out of Minnesota, and you can also take the Minnesota out of the boy, as I've proven. But I still like going to Target. Listen, Target's fruit aisle. A lot of pretty young
Which is why I stay away. Yes, go ahead.
women. Anyways, Target has made a huge push in being a pick up your order like drive up. They have redone 3 stores that I've gone to.
Well,
I've
you and I
noticed.
talked before about how retail, big retail, grocery stores and stuff like that should change over the next decade, right? And how they're all going toward this model. And to use a football term, and I know Danny doesn't like it, but look, businesses, big businesses are it's a copycat league. If this business over here, in this case Amazon, figures out something that Walmart didn't, Walmart is eventually going to go, oh, holy crap, we need to get on that train, and then Target's going to get on that train, and everybody else, and then it just becomes an industry standard until somebody else figures out, yet
Yeah,
again, how to
and
squeeze
again,
money out of somebody.
listen, because they probably are starting to understand that one of their revenue streams, which is slotting fees in many of their stores that have grocery and other items, um, those slotting fees are going to start mattering less because the eyeballs are not on the shelves. The eyeballs are
Right.
on the app. They're on the website.
Why do you think end caps change every month or every 2 weeks
Right.
or whatever? Those, again,
Yeah.
are slotting fees. Companies pay them to put their products,
On the end
right?
cap.
All the stuff that you see on the way out of checkout,
Yep.
all of that stuff is all designed. It's all
Of course.
changed and designed to be where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's all merchandising. It's all, and those slotting fees, again, like I said, this is just a digital slotting fee, right? Um, for a lot of people, for a lot of brands, if you can build, and that's like if you ever watch Shark Tank, if you ever go out and watch an episode of
Mm-hmm.
somebody has a physical product that digital, digital actually, they go, "What's your cost to acquire a customer?" Right?
Yep.
This is what that cost is accounting for. Saying, "Hey, I have to run ads on Facebook, I have to run ads on Instagram, I have to run ads on Walmart.com platform in order to perform." So I go, I'm going to spend $150,000 for them to see first and get me 150 customers. Have this
Mm-hmm.
huge cost to acquire a customer, but that customer then yields X number, and then in year 3 we turn a profit because we continue to build a customer base. So that's how it works.
Yeah. Well, and look, this is a service that Walmart's not creating. They have an existing part of their
They're
company.
rebranding it though.
They're rebranding it. It's called Walmart Connect here, and one of the
Yep.
things that they're doing that's not just about, okay, we're going to give you, first access, or we're going to put you here or whatever. One of the things, like everything else, especially since Walmart started its $99 2-day service or whatever,
Right.
why does Amazon and Walmart, when you sign up for these services, not only are you paying, but you're also clicking that terms and conditions button, which means we now know everything you order, and we categorize that data. So if you go out and you look today what Walmart Connect, what they're peddling, just like what Amazon peddles to their people, is not just preferred marketing, but
Right.
it's targeted preferred marketing.
And you know what's really hilarious is, maybe we've talked about this on the show before, but I had a friend who his parents moved out of town, so he moved into their house, and they noticed a set of buying patterns. Started sending sister that address. Started sending baby coupons to her, not realizing that him and his wife had lived there. And yes, she was indeed, in fact, having a baby, but it was before they had realized we're having a baby. Like, your sister got all these coupons for baby stuff to her house, and she was else. That's weird. They didn't realize that the woman purchasing the house was, because they're like, the mom is clearly too old, right?
That's hilarious.
It's wild.
But you know what? Look, because what they do, and Amazon is really good at this, is they take that data. So is Facebook, by the way. They take that
Scary
data,
good.
and
Scary
then they
good.
start. They call it preemptive, right? Preemptive statistical analysis. They know when your birthday is. They know when your anniversary is. They know if you've gotten divorced. They know, and then they match that with all of these products, and they are very good at predictive analytics. If you've been divorced twice, and they know what products fit you just got a divorce. Oh, here's a whole slew of products we think
Right.
you'd be, and they are very, very, very good at that. And that's where Walmart wants to get to, because there's money in that. When you can go to somebody and say, hey, I know exactly who your client base is,
Right.
So it's not going to come up on anybody else's. And guess what? In a way, it kind of saves that company money, right? Targeted advertising is always better than the, spaghetti
Listen, it's
method.
not just that it saves the company money, right? I'm as an entrepreneur, it gives me an opportunity, right? If I create a product to know that I can go to a company, I can go to a Facebook, Walmart, and I can say, I have this product. They can go, we know exactly who's on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's that's how people have businesses, my friend. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's so it's in a way it looks like, oh, the big guy's profiting off of the little guy, but it is we're all a succubus attaching ourselves to a whale here,
Right.
right?
It's all the same. It's the same amount of money just getting pushed around. Look, and here's what I wish I could. If anybody gets anything out of this story, and I preach this in my coaching stuff for years, is
Here
is
we
get to
go.
know. Shut your face.
And I
Get
just
to know your
let me grab a
audience.
pillow. Let me grab a pillow.
Shut your face. I'll make it quick. The point is, get to know your audience. Okay, get to know your audience. Know who your customer is. Choose that customer wisely when you're choosing your product you're selling, and
Right.
life goes a lot easier. The fact is there's not a single product out there that applies to everyone. This whole, well, everyone needs my service is a fallacy, right?
Right.
Not everybody's going to use you for that service. It's dumb.
Now, remember what the big man just got done saying at the beginning of this podcast, which is, we don't have a narrow podcast. We talk about everything.
All right, before we get to the next story, before Danny bites my head off, our let's see, who's our promo for this one? It looks like it's Big Man Gear. Big Man Gear is the big man, that's me. Ideas of funny merchandise, and Danny likes to say it. I am much more of a brander than he is, so he can just suck it. Big Man Gear is a shirt brand that I created. It is every corny dad joke. He's got boomer meme in here for me to read just because
Yeah.
he knows I would enjoy that. On t-shirts for sale on Amazon Prime. You can currently buy what he calls the unimproved Idiots versus Idiots
No,
logo tee.
unapproved, not improved.
Unapproved, whatever. I have a bunch of them on there that I enjoy. Basically, anytime I come up with a logo that I like, I put it up there. This is one of them. You Are an Idiot t-shirt that I created specifically for our wonderful little podcast here. So go to bigmangear.com and you can get any of those Big Man approved t-shirts today.
They got big people sizes.